Hi guys, I'm Kim and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here again today. I am here today to talk you through my August 2023 budget wrap up. So I'm going to talk you through all of our budgeted and actual expenses and whether we overspent or underspent. There definitely was some overspending again because, as everyone knows, cost of living is on the rise. And electricity has gone up, and like you will see if you keep watching that, yeah, we completely blew the budget for electricity this month. But yes, and we also had some other expenses and things that came out of our sinking funds. So yeah, if that interests you, then keep watching. So I'm going to talk you through what we budgeted to spend, what we actually spend, and then what the difference was for the month of August. So both Ben and I get paid monthly. I'm currently on maternity leave until August next year, and up until December I am on half of my pay, and yeah, Ben is on a regular monthly salary. So what we budgeted to bring in for the month was $7,216, and what we actually bought in for the month was $7,947.19, which was an extra $731.19. So the other income came from, I did a tax return and I got some back, and Ben and I both earned slightly more than anticipated, which was nice. So let's move into the expenses. Okay, so for our mortgage, we budgeted $2,388.48, and because the interest rates went up and it kicked in this month, we actually spent $2,436.80, which was a difference of $48.32. Budgeted $125 for electricity, actually spent $492.57. I know, ridiculous. But I can talk to why this happened. So we overspent by $367.57 on electricity. August obviously was winter. I also, as you are aware, have a newborn in the house, and it's been freezing cold, and we have been running the heater a lot. I've been using the dryer a lot as well, which has not helped at all. My solar panels haven't been getting the best use because obviously it's been raining and there hasn't been the sunshine to generate that energy to give us the rebates to like counteract. So I know why it's so high, but it doesn't mean it doesn't sting a lot for 1 month's worth of electricity use. So yeah, I'm hoping that September is going to look a lot better than that. I'll be happy if it's half of that, to be honest. Gas, budgeted $129, spent $50, so that was $75 difference. Water, budgeted $75, spent $30, so that was $45 difference. Council rates, budgeted $250, spent $100, which was $150 underspent. Foxtel and internet, budgeted $300, spent $180, which was $120 underspent. Now this actually worked out quite well because these funds totaled pretty much counteracted the extra electricity cost. So I'm kind of happy about that. Kim's phone, budgeted $130, spent $130. Ben's phone, budgeted $85, spent $85. For our insurances and registrations, budgeted $109, spent $109. Home and contents insurance, we spent $145.74. My car insurance was $68.08. Ben's car insurance was $79.08. My car registration was $47.13, as was Ben's car registration, also $47.13. For the subscriptions for the month, $17.99 went on Canva, $6.99 on Amazon Prime, $14.99 on iCloud, $4 on OnePass, $11.99 on Google Play, $15.99 on Netflix, $12.99 on Spotify, $14 on Stan, $14.99 on Disney Plus, and $15.95 on Xbox. So for the daily living expenses, this is where it's always quite variable as per usual. So for fuel, we budgeted $200 and we actually only spent $185.43, which was $14.57 under budget. So this was really good for us, and fuel's, as everyone knows, quite expensive at the moment. I think it's like $2.19 here for us right now per litre, and that's just for normal unleaded. We didn't really do a lot of driving around or travelling. I think I filled my car up once and Ben had to do his a couple of times. So yeah, not too bad. For groceries and household, I budgeted $1,300 and we actually spent $1,401.71, which was $101.71 over budget. Budgeted $350 for dine out and takeaway, actually spent $645.04, which was $295.04 over budget. Budgeted $150 for entertainment, actually spent $168.70, which was $18.70 over budget. For our splurge, budgeted $721, we actually used $752, which was $31 over budget. So for those of you who are new here, our splurge money is 10% of our total income split between the two of us, so 5% each that we get given every month, and is no questions asked spending money. So we can spend whatever we want without having to consult the other person. So for the month, we did plan to spend $6,825.52, but we actually spent $7,283.29, which was an overspend of $457.77. For the sinking funds, we did budget to be able to save $390.48. However, we actually spent $663.90, which was an additional $273.42. So like I mentioned at the start, I did my tax return and got some money back, which is where that extra money came from, which is what kind of made us be able to add extra money to sinking funds and balanced out the overspend for the month. Alright, so let's look at the sinking funds. We budgeted to be able to save the $390, but we actually were able to put $663.90 towards sinking funds. So I'm going to talk you through where we added funds and what funds we used for the month. Right, so my maternity leave fund was already maxed out, and this was money that was allocated for me to use over the 12 months to top up the income that I was not receiving during this time. So we didn't add anything to it because we didn't need to, and we had to use $1,149 of those funds for the month. Emergency savings, didn't have to touch that. Opportunity fund, we spent $1,596.94. Didn't add anything to it. The baby fund, didn't add anything, didn't use anything. The grand final fund also didn't add and didn't use anything. Gifts fund, added $133.07, used $134.49. So it was Father's Day this month, and I also purchased a few other little bits and pieces for like birthday presents for other people. Car maintenance added $22.81, spent $356. So at the start of the month, it was the 1st of August. Got in my car to go to an appointment and went to start my car, flat battery. I had my car service last month and everything was good, and we spent like $400 on a car service. So you can imagine my dismay when I had a flat battery and had to fork out $356 for a new battery right after I had a car service. So I had to call out the RAA and they had to come and fit a new battery into the car, and yes, very expensive and unplanned, and very frustrating, to be honest. But it's okay, these things happen. The battery was 7 years old, so I knew that, you know, at some point or another, batteries have to be replaced. It was just really poor timing. Christmas fund, added nothing, spent $88.85. So started doing a little bit of Christmas shopping. Miscellaneous, added nothing, but spent $43.99. For medical, we had a big spend month on medical. A lot of specialist appointments, appointments for Parker, appointments for me, and appointments for Ben. So yeah, expensive. But we added $402.12 to the fund, and we spent $439.77. Dog medical, added nothing, spent nothing. Home improvements, same thing goes, added nothing, spent nothing. Same for clothing and annual credit card fee. Now, personal grooming for the month, added $105.90, spent $143. So I had a haircut, had my nails done, and Ben had his beard done too. Garden, added nothing, spent nothing. Ambulance cover, added nothing, spent nothing. RAA, same thing. All of these last funds down the bottom here, pretty much added nothing, spent nothing, except for dog registration. So it was due this month, and it was $88. And yeah, didn't spend anything either on our Ring doorbell. So we added the $663.90, but we spent $4,040.04 from our sinking funds this month. I'm not used to always spending more than what we're adding, but I knew it was going to happen because, like, when I'm working full time, like, we are able to save generally around $3,000 every single month. So not having that extra income is like really messing with my head, because even though I know that this is why I saved for the mat leave, and I know it's why we have the opportunity fund, is to top up the money that we're not getting, but it just makes me feel really sad that we're constantly spending more than we're saving. But like I said, I knew that's why I budgeted and planned over the last 18 months to make this possible. I just have to keep justifying that to myself because it blows my mind. Okay, so a quick budget summary. So I like to see what kind of percentages we're spending in each of the categories for the month. So we spent $34.68 on debt for the month. Not dollars, 34.6%, yes. 2.29% went towards our utilities, 7.6% was on insurances and registration, 1.64% was on subscriptions, 34.17% was on daily living expenses, 10.0% was our other fund, which is the no questions asked spending splurge money, and the sinking funds, we were able to add 9.45% of our total income to savings. Right, so let's have a quick look over here at our current net worth. So the net worth is calculated by adding up all of our assets and subtracting all of our debts. So this is an estimate for our house value currently. I reckon we can get more, but I'm trying to be conservative. So house is currently valued at $580. Ben's super is at $101,680.09. So it's nice to see that tick over into the six-figure kind of range. Now I have two super accounts. One of them has $13,481.22 and the other one has $78,895. So what have I got in total there? $92,376.22. Not too bad. Currently have $40,314.37 in our offset savings account, $502 in our everyday account. We have two vehicles. The Mazda is currently valued at $24,400 and the Subaru is valued at $23,300 currently. These are just estimates that I got off car sales, so don't know how accurate they are. I'm sure if I tried to trade the cars in, they'd be worth less, but privately, I reckon this is what we would get for them. Investments and shares, currently $1,149. So that gives us a total asset value of $863,721.68. And our liabilities, we owe nothing on the credit card, and our mortgage is currently at $418,016.27. So when I subtract the liabilities from the assets, that gives us a current net worth of $445,705.41. And when I subtract last month's net worth from this month's net worth, it's telling me that we had a net worth change of $2.98 in a positive way. So, hey, you know what? Up is up. Considering all the money and stuff that we've been spending lately, I am more than happy to see a positive trend. But yes, so that was the net worth portion for the month. And then over here, as per usual, this is where I track every single expense that we have for the month. So I will type in what it was, the amount that we spent, and I will also put it into a category that later on gets put over here, either into the sinking funds or into the budgeted money for the month. Okay, so that was my August 2023 budget wrap up. As you can see, we massively overspent on electricity for the month. We overspent on some of the takeaway areas, a little bit on the groceries, but we did bring in more income than what we planned for, which was really, really nice. So thank you for that tax return. Even if it wasn't huge, it was still enough to balance things out. This was the first month that we also had to dig into the maternity leave savings. So I started my mat leave back in June 2023 and didn't have to touch it for June or July, which was really nice. And yeah, this is the first month that we've had to touch it. And I think we will be touching it again next month for sure. And yeah, I've budgeted to be able to use $1,500 every single month between now and August next year. So far, I haven't spent anything in 2 of those months, and I've only spent this month, so I'm already ahead of the game. If you enjoyed the spreadsheet that I use, then it is available for a small fee in my Etsy store, and that is linked down below. It is an instant download to Excel, and it comes pre-populated with all the formulas that you need to get started with budgeting. And if you're new to Excel or don't really know how budgets work or aren't sure how to use a spreadsheet at all, I have got a video available here on this channel that talks you through how to set it up. So it has options for yearly or monthly budgets, depending on how you like to work. But yeah, like I said, that's linked down below if you want to check it out. Other than that, as always, thank you so much for watching my videos. It means the absolute world to me. I would love to hear if you are currently having some of the same struggles as me with the cost of living increases, whether you are constantly overspending in any certain areas, or whether you are drastically underspending in any areas maybe. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and ring that little bell, and that way you'll get notified of my videos in the future. And until next time, bye guys.